still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah.
Welcome to episode 2 of My Views Extended. I'm your host, Nadia, and thank you for coming back. Now, I just wanted to share a few things that are going through my mind, what I saw, and my thoughts on them. If you have children, I would say under the age of 12, and and Santa is coming this Christmas, I would fast forward for the next several minutes because we are going to be talking about Santa Claus. So fast forward. And that's all I'm going to say as a warning. Fast forward if you have children under 12. It is the Christmas season. For those of you who celebrate Christmas for religious reasons or just traditional reasons, whatever your reason, we are in the midst of the getting ready for Christmas, and I just wanted to share a story that I had growing up. Because I'm, going through the malls and the shopping centers, and I'm seeing all the Santa Claus stations and the kids lining up to get their pictures taken with Santa. And every year it brings me back to the same thing of what we grew up with, my sister and I, what we grew up with, and that is we did not grow up believing in Santa Claus. Our mom she never did the Santa Claus myth. Nor did she do the, nor did she do the Tooth Fairy myth. And I was little, I don't remember how small I was. I don't know if I was like 8 or 9, and I believe I remember asking her, just paraphrasing, I don't remember the exact words, but I remember asking, why didn't you have us believe in Santa Claus? And she basically said that she wasn't going to let some fat old white man take the credit for her hard work. And that wasn't said in a racist way. That was just said very factually. She went out to work every day, and all those presents that were under the tree were because she went out to work. And that's how they got there. She wasn't letting anybody else take the credit for that. And I know a lot of people probably would be upset or feel like, oh, how mean. But my sister and I, we talked about this many times over the years, and we were never upset that she didn't let us believe that there was a Santa Claus. It was never there, and we didn't feel betrayed or hurt. We were okay with not knowing. I also remember going to Christmas parties, her work Christmas parties, and they would have the Santa Claus there, and so everybody would bring their children or grandchildren, and all the kids were lining up, and me and my sister were like, we don't really want to take a picture of Santa Claus because there is no Santa Claus. It was like, it's ridiculous, it's stupid, I don't really want to do it. But everybody was like, oh, you're not going to take a picture of Santa Claus? And we're like, oh God, because they kept bugging us. They're like, oh, geez, okay, fine. So we just begrudgingly went up and took our picture of Santa Claus. And I remember, and it was just like, we just did it just to basically humor the adults because they probably thought that we actually believed in it. And there's actually a picture, I don't know if I could find it. It's where we're kind of leaning against Santa Claus on either side, and our faces were like, oh my gosh. They just like you could just see in our body language and our faces, like we really didn't want to take the picture with Santa Claus, but we just did it just to shut everybody the heck up. So, anyways, do you guys, did you grow up believing in Santa Claus? If you have kids, do you believe in Santa Claus? And what do you think about people who didn't grow up with the Santa Claus myth? And I don't have children, and if I ever have kids, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to do that either. Listen, if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But I don't, um, I'm not going to do that tradition of the Santa Claus um, myth. You know, if they want to take pictures with the Santa, I guess, but um, no, Santa doesn't bring it to your house, and that's okay. Um, and I just want to clarify, my mom, she wasn't a Scrooge. Um, we did the whole holidays. We did the food and the presents and the tree and the lights on the house, and they had plenty of Christmas and holiday parties. So there's not being a Scrooge at all. We did everything but that aspect of it. And I was perfectly fine with it. And I never thought anything, you know, I didn't think badly of her and her choice to not have us believe in that. Another thing, this is going to sound so Scroogey, and I promise I'm not Scroogey. The Elf on the Shelf, I guess you're going to have to fast forward if you have Elf on the Shelf with your children too. Oh goodness. Elf on the Shelf. Why? That's creepy. Elf on the Shelf, and he moves mysteriously during the night, and he's watching you. It's not bad enough that Santa's watching you, Elf on the Shelf is watching you, and listen, again, if you want to do that, that's your business, it's your household, it's your kids, but I'm not doing that nonsense, I'm not contributing to that nonsense. I just change the subject, or just don't participate in the conversation when it comes to children and the Santa Claus and Elf on the Shelf, because I'm not lying. Um, I'm not gonna tell them the truth because that's not my job, but I'm certainly not going to contribute to the lies and the myth. Sorry. And I promise I'm not a Scrooge. Like our apartment is full of decorations, and we do presents, and we do holiday meals and Christmas meals, and I love the holiday time. Um, but yeah, I can't do the lies. I just wanted to take a moment in this episode to um, basically do a little RIP for Scott Weiland. Um, he was a former lead singer of the Stone Temple Pilots and a few other bands, but that was the band that I know him from and remember him from. One of the founding members and writers in Stone Temple Pilots. He died December 3rd of 2015 this year. And wow. I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not a big celebrity follower. They're normal people like everybody else, just more people happen to know them than know us regular people. But I just wanted to mention that it's sad that he is gone. It's sad that his children have lost a father. Yeah, I feel really bad for the kids that they don't have their dad to be with them on their life journey. That's just really sad. Their music was a backdrop to many, many years of my life, good and bad. I know a lot of other music lovers can attest to, whether it's a singer or band or several, that their music comforted them and got them through many periods in their life. And Stone Temple Pilots, their music definitely did that for me. So I just want to say rest in peace to him. I hope he gets some peace finally. And a prayer goes out to his kids. And I think he was married again. I'm not positive, but yeah, it's sad. And yeah, mental illness and drugs, and whether it was natural causes or whatever it was, I don't know, I'm not going to say. Thank you for the great music that got me through many good and bad points in my life. Do you have any favorite Stone Temple Pilot songs? I would have to say that for me, probably my favorite album from them is number 4. And oh gosh, I have a lot of songs. Probably the songs that a lot of people would know: Plush, Creep, Sour Girl, Down, Church on Tuesday. I love that album. Sex and Violence, Glide. I got UMC5, Atlanta Interstate Love Song. Um, yeah, there's just so many songs. I don't have a favorite, but yeah, I'll probably try and link a video, one of my favorite videos of them, onto my blog, just so you can see, watch, and enjoy one of their songs from the past. It's kind of amazing how music can be a backdrop to your life. It can, you know, assist you in your misery. It can help you celebrate the best moments of your life. It can soothe you. It can push you to sleep. It can wake you up. Music has the amazing ability to do so many things in your life. And it's actually, as I'm thinking about that, it's really unfortunate that I really don't get to listen to music very much these days. I don't know a lot of the newer artists. There's a point where that's all I listen to is music. Because I didn't have, or if I didn't have cable, but I would, listen to music. Because if I was awake, I was listening to music. And I just don't do that anymore. So it kind of, it's weird, but when a musician dies, and I start listening back to their music, like I was listening to a lot of their music while I was making these show notes, and it's kind of interesting how you're like, oh, I haven't listened to this for so long. Why don't I listen to music anymore? So it kind of reminds me that I do need to listen to music, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, sad music or in memoriam. Just listen to music and let it take you where it's going to take you. On a lighter note, I wanted to share some of the Christmas shopping experiences that I've had. I always forget, and the same thing happens every year, but I always forget. People get really crazy when they're out shopping, and people are just short-tempered, and they're cranky, and they push people, and and that's just the consumers. Forget the people who are actually working in the stores. That's a different topic altogether, but just people are just in general really rude. So last night I was at a Christmas fair, and we were walking around. I was with two friends, and we were walking around, and it was crowded, but you kind of pull your body in and make room for people passing on one. You're going on one side, and people are coming in the other direction to leave. Apparently, I didn't make myself small enough. This lady, okay, you know how you have a baby and you have them on your hip and your elbows around their bum and legs and body holding them. Oh my gosh, this lady used her baby to elbow me out of the way. Now, I can be a harsh person at times. I'm getting better, but even I wouldn't use my baby as battery armor. Like, who does that? She literally took her baby and her elbow and elbowed me out of the way with a good force that my friend who was walking behind me, even she saw it. Who does that? Now, I really want to know, is this part of the rude, crazy Christmas shopping behavior that occurs everywhere? Or is this just this mom? And I want to know, is anybody else experiencing the crazy, rude shoppers and consumers, other people who are kind of, acting not very well in public? It's just interesting to me. Yeah. Like, and she walked really fast because normally if something like that happened, I might have said something, but she was like walking really fast, so I'm assuming she did it on purpose and walked really fast so I wouldn't have a chance to turn around and confront her. But yeah, or I guess two factors. It was super busy in there and she was really quick and she was gone. But it's like, yeah, normally I would have been like, excuse me, or, wow, thanks for using your baby to batter me out of the way, but she was quick and she was gone. Um, you don't have to call people out all the time, but sometimes people need to be called out on their really cruddy behavior. And if the circumstances were a little different, I definitely think she would be one of those people to be called out because that was just ridiculous. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's episode. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or SoundCloud, or on my website. All the links will be in the show notes. And that is it for My Views Extended, Episode 2. This is your host, Nadia. See you later. Bye.